What's up guys, Antoine and Emily here at DPR. We're presenting Emily's first investment breakdown. If you're ready, let's jump right into that. I've been with Emily for a few years now and she loves reptile just as much as I do. And at some point I just told Emily, like, you know what, you have some money aside, why don't you invest it in DPR and bring your passion for animals within my own passion and DPR. And we searched for the best male possible. We finally picked one up from Justin at Kinova. This was the perfect animal back then in 2023. This is a black pastel hypo DG het clown. He was 50% het pied and he did end up proving 100% het for pied. Killer animal. Emily and I are partially owning this snake, so basically Emily has 66% of it and I have 33% of it. If we get into details, she invested 10 grand. I placed the balance, so it was 5,000 to cover up. That's all in Canadian, by the way. And I tried to pair this male along last season to some of the female that were developing a little bit earlier, and the ones that I knew would give great results. The deal basically with Emily was that I was gonna give her the first $10,000 in sales, so basically she would get back her investment. Then I would get the other 5,000. Then after that, I had a white card on every single hatchling that I wanted to keep. This was really important for me, doing a kind of a split thing with my girlfriend, that I wanted to keep the snakes that I wanted. No problem with that. Then every single sale past that 15,000, she would get 20% of it, no matter what it is. And after 2 years of breeding, so 2024 and 2025, I can buy her animal back at value of at that moment, and then that snake would be mine. So basically, this was kind of how we did it, Emily and I. And I know Emily is super excited to show you the animals, because if you've been watching some of our YouTube videos recently, you know how crazy lucky she has been. It's absolutely insane. But I'll grab the camera and I'll let Emily show you guys the craziness that she's hatched this season.
Okay, so the first clutch was a clown het pied female, which is quite interesting because Antoine, first of all, loves pieds. Sorry.
This is good because I truly don't like pied as much, so this is pretty
I
good.
was gonna say he loves clowns, and we don't have much pied in the collection, so it makes something a bit different. So the first one we got is a very nice looking pied right here.
That's a clown pied, which is a crazy nice example of it. We love, you know, low white pied, especially with clown. You have a beautiful repartition of pattern, and we kind of wanted a male just because the retail value of a male right now, being double het, hypo, and DG, is better. So this is a crazy looking snake. One of my first pieds that I've ever produced. I've produced a few pieds. Yeah, it's definitely a nice one. Super cool looking snake. And it's for sale, by the way, if ever anyone's interested. This clown pied double het hypo DG male is for sale, and Emily is eager to get back on her investment, so we make deals. You can show the baby on the side too. So
the next one is a female pied. Right here, she's also very nice and very bright.
Yeah, it's a super clean looking pied.
Yeah.
Triple het, clown, hypo, and DG. Can we put them side by side?
So what were the odds of this?
Basically the clown het pied was 1 out of 8, and the pied was 1 out of 4. Being 1 out of 2 in this one and 1 out of 4, and that's pretty much it. So, you know, we kind of killed it on both of them, and we did hatch a black pastel clown as well in the same clutch. So that's clutch number 1. So the clutch number 2 was with a OD Enshi lesser leopard, 100% het for hypo. The goal, Emily, was to make
hypo het, there's a ghost.
Very good. And some of the holdbacks that we decided to keep, we have this one and then the one on the side. Can take both of them at the same time. And these are basically 2 females, which is obviously what we wanted instead of males. And they are crazy good looking. It's nice to see them with a little bit more size. So this female here is a black pastel lesser leopard hypo, 100% het for DG. She has also possible OD, which I'm not totally sure on. And then this one is basically the exact same thing as mom, but as a visual hypo. So OD and she lesser leopard hypo, 100% het for Desert Ghost. And guess what, guys? Unfortunately, this one, I did not manage to get the shed test results back yet, but this one proved out to be
Het clown.
And
Het pied.
there you go.
Yes.
So this is pretty cool, as you know, she's proving to be, she was 50% for both, and she's proving to be both of them. You know, odds wise, this one would be no hets, but who knows? It's Emily's clutch, and her odds are always killer.
Yes, the hets, a lot of het proving in these clutches.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. And we were looking at them a little bit earlier before shooting the video. If you look on the side, it's pretty cool how you have a white belly that goes into like peachy salmon color and a really like soft yellow, a purple, or as Emily would say, beige, a purple, and then back to that yellow dorsal. Really super cool, kind of fading and soft tones. You know, we always love animals like the other one who has crazy contrasts and really bright demarcations, but it's also pretty cool to me when you have soft tones and some really subtle changes of color like this. You see it pretty nicely now. I really enjoyed that. I think this female is super cool as well.
Okay, so clutch number 3.
Basically, the female was a fire yellow belly double het DG clown. And if you do the mathematic, what are the odds, Emily?
The odds were 1 out of 8 to have the double
visual
visuals,
DG clown.
The double visual Desigo's clowns. And we had 9 eggs, and we actually had 6 out of 9.
So already
visuals.
There are 3 black pastel fire yellow belly DG clowns. This is a fire DG clown. Then we hit a yellow belly DG clown. And then what's the last one? A single DG clown. So the crazy part about this is my holdbacks are basically this one and this one. All of these are sold already. 3 of them are going to Europe. Thanks, Grant, for these 2. Grant and Jordan. And thank you, Hiro at Do Reptiles, for this one. This one's going to Japan.
Yeah.
And Chris at Unlock Genetics in Germany is getting this DG clown. And the craziest part about all this, we basically did 4 out of 6 shed tests. 2 of the sheds that I tried to get were not good enough. And out of the 4 shed tests for het pied, guess what, guys?
We had the 4 prove out.
To be het pied.
Het
So this
pied.
is absolutely crazy. So the 3 black pastel fire yellow belly DG clown het hypo
They were
are
50%.
yeah, they were 50% het pied, and they all 3 100% het for pied, and the yellow belly is also het for pied. So basically we're waiting on shed tests for this one and this one to be whether or not het pied. This is just insane. And the craziest thing is that this one here has a paradox. I'm going to try to...
He has a few, I think, paradox.
So the first paradox is basically eye bands. So it's not really a clown head. It's more of a black pastel type of paradox thing. And then if you look on the sides, you have some hypo paradox going right here. This is not black. You see like the dark scales here, and this is the hypo paradox there. You have it on a few spots of this animal, and I'm pretty sure that there's another snake that has in the clutch some stuff similar like this is, and also another one who has a little bit of hypo paradox shining through. Super epic. What a powerful clutch. Crazy odds, crazy snakes, just a pile of goodies. I cannot believe how lucky you were on this one.
Yeah, me neither. Clutch number 4.
Basically, that was with a spot nose double het hypo DG female, and we did hit 2 hypo desert ghosts out of the bunch. Unfortunately, we did hit 3. The last one died in the egg. Unfortunate, but this kind of thing happens. So we have a spot nose hypo DG male and a black pastel hypo DG female. We also did hit a spot nose hypo het DG female. She's in shed now. We're not going to show it, but absolutely insane to have even more double visual in that clutch.
And this one is exactly like the dad.
Yeah, that's the exact same replica of Dad. It's absolutely crazy because that brings back some memory of when we did get this snake. That is super cool. So we're going to get the shed test going for these 2, and knowing Emily's odds, it's probably going to improve for both. This is pretty epic. So the female is a holdback. This one is going to Japan. So definitely things are doing pretty well for Emily this time. So for the last clutch of the season, the pairing was Emily's male to a Mojave white lace female. The whole goal is to create lace double het hypo DG everything's going to be 50% het clone and pied. And what did we end up getting, Emily? Out of 7 eggs?
1.6.
So 1 male, 6 females.
Which is really good because Antoine this season has had 70% about males, and so we were really hoping female heavy on this clutch, and I guess it's my odds for the clutch or something because almost all of them turned out to be females, which is exactly what we wanted for this clutch right here. Yeah, so here's a Mojave lace, which looks absolutely incredible. And then we add black pastel on top. 3 of them, all females. This one right here is probably het pied if you look on how crazy reduced of a type of ringer. It's not really a ringer, but this is super epic. And the one Emily has in her hands is a black pastel lace. All of those are females, and the only one with no other genetic involved was the male. So this is basically the lace, and it's just crazy epic. You know, not a lot of possibilities in the genetics here, but one more time, it shows how crazy Emily's luck is on the one clutch that, you know, there was not crazy things to have. She did crushed it and have 6 females and 1 male. It's just ridiculous again. So my first year of breeding has gone really well. I didn't honestly expect that at all. I still have 1 more year with my male before Antoine's gonna basically buy him off from me, like we did in our sort of contract of this experience. And I'm already starting to think about my next investment because I feel like for this male, Antoine really picked it up for me. I think it took about 1 year for him to find the perfect male that he was looking for, and we really hit a jackpot with him. But for the second one, I want to go a bit more towards what interests me and what fits well with DPR's collection, because... Give a little bit of an insight. What are you looking at right now? I'm looking maybe a bit more for something in the exotic desert ghosts. At first I had an idea with the monsoon and exotic desert ghost, but the odds were so out there. You'd take 9 years to get it probably, and then Antoine would want to keep them. And so basically the point of a bit the investment for sure is for me to make a bit of money on the side for maybe a house later on for us. That's the main goal of these investments for me. So obviously if I make something that was going to be all holdbacks, well, it won't really advance in the product that we want. So I'm looking, like I said, a bit more exotic desert ghost, but not in the monsoon direction like I thought initially. And it was a really nice experience overall so far, filming also these videos with Antoine and cutting the eggs and learning a lot more about the genetics, because it's one thing that Antoine talks to me all the time about snakes and I see them, and I also grew up with reptiles, not with the ball python genetics, so it's a big learning curve. And also when we went to the show, like we went to Toronto this year and Chicago together, it was really nice meeting everyone, and you guys also talked to me a lot because you saw me in the video, so it was really nice to be included in the whole DPR projects, Antoine Snakes and everything. And so, how people were ready to fly you. How people, some people wanted to fly me over to their place to open their clutches since my odds were so well. So it was really nice to kind of feel included in all this experience with Antoine, and it brings us even closer into our reptile passion. So I want to thank everyone for following us along on this breeding adventure that I had this year in 2024, and hopefully to many more videos with as well good odds. It was a very fun experience. I never know how that looks. It was a really fun experience to have Emily over in the snake room. And if you hear any panting during the video, that's basically Mizo. We posted her on Instagram, but we never kind of really showed her on YouTube. This is her little puppy golden retriever, which is most of the time at work with me. She kind of hates it because the snake room is pretty hot and she has a big coat of fur. So that's the panting that you might hear in the videos. But this video is getting pretty long. We're going to cut it short to next season of breeding. Super excited, and hopefully Emily can carry her crazy odds to 2025. Cheers to that.